Hello everyone and welcome to KDH Art Class. Today we're going to continue with our movie making section. So my last video showed some stop motion on how you can use one of the apps and take picture by picture of objects that you may have made or you have found, and then when you hit play it turns it into a movie. Well, not everybody has access to those fancy technology things, so this is what they did a long time ago, even before me, amazingly enough, on making movies. We are going to make a little flip book, and basically, as you thumb through it, the way you draw it turns it into a movie. In this case, I have this cute little flower and a butterfly, and I call it the happy flower. So let's get started. We're going to take the piece of paper. I have it landscape or sideways. I'm going to close it or fold it like a book. In school, we tell the kids that's a hamburger fold because it still looks very square-ish, even though we know it's a rectangle. When you open it, that gives you a nice line down the middle that you can take your scissors and you can cut down the fold. All right. And now we have two papers. I like to put them together, make it go a little faster, but you can fold them one at a time. We're going to now fold it, tall and skinny hot dog fold. So it's looking taller and skinnier, much like a hot dog. And go ahead and open it. But we're not going to cut these. In fact, I'm going to do a fold, a hamburger fold, the other direction. And I'm going to cut that. Open it up, make it easier, and cut along that line. Now we can make it one more fold, and that'll be the size of our pages, or you can leave it larger. Either way is fine. We're going to get 2 pages out of each one, but I think I'm going to go ahead and fold it one more time. Hot dog. Open it up. And go ahead and cut. And I know it makes these pages look extra long and skinny. But we're going to start putting our book together this way. Alright, that means I need to do a hot dog fold on this one. Now my little book over there had 14 pages. You do not need to have all 14 pages. You can have a few of them. Let's see. So far we have 2, 4, 6, 8 pages here. This little book. I'm going to fold this one, hamburger fold. And give it a little cut right down the middle. And then I can fold it. So you can get quite a few pages here, so you have a really long little movie. But again, you do not need to use all of these little pages. In fact, I think after I cut this one, I'm going to go ahead and stop. So that'll be 10, 12. That'll work that way. So I don't even need this piece of paper. I can set that to the side. So the part that's going to take the longest is staggering it so that when you flip through it, you get all the pages. So I went along and I cut them, each one just a little bit shorter than the last one. So I started in the back and cut this one a little bit shorter, cut this one a little bit shorter, a little bit shorter, and a little bit shorter. So it was really easy to thumb through it. That is entirely up to you. All right. I am going to kind of stagger it a little bit right here in the back. See if I can get this thing to get a little bit more in focus. Oh, I know how I can do this so that you can see. I'm going to go ahead and you do not have to do this. This is just so that you can see. I'm going to see the little edges. All right. Okay, so I'm now staggered these little edges so that it's a little bit easier. Let's see if you can see that a little better. They're not perfectly lined up. They are staggered, kind of like steps. All right, let me go ahead and get this staggered back so that I can get my stapler ready. And I can staple them together. Okay, so I'm going to use 2 staples. Like that. And now when I turn it over, it'll be a lot easier to cut these. Or, excuse me, to flip through these. Now some of them are off, so I'm probably going to have to go in. And again, I need to make them a little bit shorter than the one before. The first one's really off. Whoop, those are about the same, so I need to make that one just a little bit shorter. Again, so it should be a little bit more like steps. This one needs to be a little bit shorter. That one's going to need to be a little bit shorter. And the rest of them, the second to last one needs to be a little bit shorter. All right, so now when I flip through them, I can get all my pages to flip without any of them getting skipped. Otherwise, my movie is not going to make sense. There. All right, get rid of those little bits. And now my book is ready for its story. So, what I did here is I did the happy little flower. And I have to have it grow a little bit each page, as well as have it almost in the same spot so that the movie stays in the same area. You wouldn't want to draw your flower here on this one and then draw it over here on that side and then in the middle. Your flower would move around. So that does not make sense. All right, let's get started. You do not have to do a flower. I just thought this would be one of the easier ways of doing it. So I'm going to do the land. And I'm going to go all the way down those edges. So when I open up to the next page, I have that little mark that tells me where to put the land on each page. So in artist terms, we call this the foreground. This is what is closest to us. So the ground is right here. Now I am going to do the growing flower, but I think I might change it up and show you how to maybe have like a bug or maybe even a worm come across. Oh goodness, so many choices out there. It's hard to just stop at one. Okay, so I now have my land on all of my pages. Now I'm ready for my flower to start growing. So of course the flower grows from the ground. So I'm going to do a small little line. And then the next page, in about the same spot, I'm going to do the line just a little bit bigger. And the next page, it'll be a little bit bigger. And, oh, we could even go a little bit taller than that. Okay, so that's about an inch tall. So I'm going to go ahead and add my inch tall, because that's as tall as my flower is going to be, on all of my pages. Again, about the same spot on your pages. Did I miss one? Nope. All right. There it is, but kind of boring. So once it got really tall, then it started to get a little leaf to come out. And that leaf opened up to be half a leaf. And then that leaf opened up to be a full leaf. So now I have the full leaf on this side, and maybe the other side's going to start growing a leaf. And then half a leaf. Whoops, forgot my full leaf over here. And then this one's going to have the full leaf and the full leaf on the bottom. All right, my last pages all have to have the 2 leaves. Because again, it needs to be the same. On both sides, so we can check again. So there it is growing. And the leaves are starting to form. There we go. All right, so now we need to add the flower. Let's see. Oh, so many choices. I guess we can do an orange flower. So my flower is not going to start to develop until I get at least 1 leaf. And then what I did is I did like a little heart shape and colored it in. All right. And then the next one, not only do I have that heart shape colored in, but I'm going to add another little bump on this side and color it in. So I now have 3 little bumps. Looks almost like a W. And the next one, not only am I going to have the heart shape colored in and the bump on this side, but I'm going to add a 4th bump on that side because my flower is growing. And you can have your flower just keep growing and growing. I bet I could add this little bump over here, add this little bump over here. I can even add another little bump down there. And let's see, I think that's as big as my flower is going to be. So I have 1, 2, 3 additional bumps. And my last page, repeat, heart shape. And I know I'm going fast, but one, I'm hoping you're creating your own movie, not just copying mine. And 2, you have the pause button. All right, so there's our flower growing and growing and growing and growing and growing. Let's add some more excitement. What do you think? A ladybug? I can have a little ladybug coming along. And let's see. Have the ladybug coming in when the flower is grown. Or it can walk all the way across. We could, let's start it over here. So, got as tall as it was going to be, and now I'm going to do my little rainbow shape. Color it in. And with my other color, I'm going to add the little head, legs, dots, and antenna. So the next page, I need to move my rainbow. Let's see, I had it right there. So now I'm going to have it move over just a little bit to get closer to the flower. You notice I'm keeping it real simple because you have to add all those details every time. All right, so he's about that far from the flower, so let's move it a little bit closer. You know, it might be easier just to do the head first. I need my head to be this close to the flower, touching the flower. Ooh, and then I can have a heart going up. All right. So from there, I can add my rainbow body touching. My rainbow body touching. Okay. My antennas, legs, and dots. Antennas, dots, and legs. And I think I'm going to move the head up a little bit. He's looking up. I'm going to make my little body. And I think he'll just stay there. dot, dot. I'm just going to stay there. Oop, I missed my little antenna. Boom, boom, boom. And one more. I know it's seeming a little boring right now, but dot, dot, dot. Let's see how we're doing so far. So, flower's growing. And it's getting closer, so once it touches it and looks up, one shot. Get a new color. Whatever I have in my little package of goodies. And make a teeny tiny little heart. A bigger little heart. And a bigger heart. And a bigger heart. And once upon a time, there's a little flower growing when a ladybug came along and fell in love. The end. All right, you can make your story any way you want to make your story. Of course, I'm a teacher, so I always talk about the title. So once you come up with your title, how about the loving ladybug? The main character is the flower and the ladybug. Okay, that's all I have time for today. I hope you enjoyed making your little flip books and turning them into moving art for your movies. Have a great time creating these lovely artworks, and please feel free to head over to my website, KDH Art Class, and subscribe to my channel.